What's up everyone, Vitality Coach Jonny here. Welcome to today's video. And if you're anything like a lot of the people I've coached in the past, you're probably thinking, I'm never going to be able to achieve a press up. But I've also trained people as well who think, I'm way past the press up now, the press up is too easy. Well, whether you're a beginner or really advanced, you can change the press up completely to make it either very hard or a lot easier so that you can progress it no matter your level. Today we're going to go through 5 press up variations, so no matter your level, from complete beginner to advanced, you can keep increasing your upper body strength even without any kit from the comfort of your own home like I am today. So for the first press up variation, we're going to regress it and make it a lot easier. So to do that, we're going to elevate the hands and place the knees on the floor instead of the feet. Fairly simple. So if you're in the gym, a bench is great for this. If you're at home like I am, some kind of sofa or object that's not going to move away from you is also great too. All you're going to do, place your hands on the object in front of you, knees on the floor. We want our knees, hips and shoulders in one straight line. That's the same for all press-up variations. Core nice and tight, hands just around about shoulder width apart, and then all we're going to do from here, get it in a nice position, come down over 2 seconds, and then push up over 2 seconds. Nice and steady, core tight, head looking forward, chin tucked in. We want to go for around about 8 repetitions. Once you can achieve 8 repetitions for 3 to 4 sets with 60 seconds rest in between, move up to the next variation. So for the second variation, we're just changing things slightly. Once you've managed the previous variation, we can move on to this, a little bit less beginner, but still not anywhere near advanced just yet. So all we're doing for this one, knees on the floor, but hands are going to be on the floor as well. So by removing the hands off the object onto the floor, we make things a little bit tougher for ourselves, more weight through the hands as opposed to all through the knees like it was last time. So same position again, knees, hips and shoulders in one nice straight line. Hands just around about shoulder width apart or just over, coming down over 2 seconds, then pressing up around about 2 seconds or 1 second as well. Keep that core nice and tight, chin tucked in. We also want to make sure that our elbows are not splaying out. So throughout the press up, we want to kind of keep the elbows at 45 degrees to our body. That means our shoulders are in a great position. Once you can do 8 repetitions, 3 sets with 60 seconds rest in between each set, we can move on to the next variation. So the next variation, you probably guessed, is going to be the full press up. So we've all probably seen this before, but again, same principles apply to all the other variations. We're going to have hands around about shoulder width apart. We don't want to splay the elbows up, 45 degrees to the body. Toes are on the floor this time. Keep that core nice and tight. Even more important now, we're up on our feet. Heels, hips and shoulders in line. Drop down over 2 seconds. Push up over 1 or 2. Chin tucked in. And that is the full press up. Again, once you can do around about 8 repetitions for 3 sets with 60 seconds rest in between, we can move on to the next variation. So we're now getting very advanced. So this is going to make the normal press up a little bit tougher. And again, all we're doing is changing angles as we have been doing for all of the other variations. For this one, we're going to put our feet on an elevated surface that's not going to move. So if you're at home, a sofa works great. If you're in the gym, grab a bench or some kind of blocks if you have those at the gym. Same principles again for everything, but core strength is going to be even more important now because we're elevating the feet up a little bit. More force is going to be going through the hands, through the chest and through the shoulders. So we need to make sure we're nice and tight. So feet elevated on the surface, hands underneath our shoulders, core tight. And then all we're doing again, coming down over 2 seconds, pushing up, and that's getting really tough now. That's putting more emphasis on the shoulders now. All that weight going through those hands. Again, once you can achieve around about 8 repetitions for 3 sets, 60 seconds rest in between, we can move on to the next variation and really start to spice things up a little bit. So that's the 4th variation. For the final variation, I'm going to show you something which you can use to mix up any of the variations which we've gone through today. So you can implement this whether you're right at a beginner and starting with your hands on the settee and your knees on the floor. This is kind of like an in-between, if you like. So once you've managed one progression, if you just don't think you're just about ready to go on to the next progression yet, and it's a bit too much of a bigger jump, you can add this in between, but you can also add this on at the end. So once you've managed feet on the sofa or feet on the bench, hands on the floor with your feet elevated, you can add this in again to make it even tougher. So all you're going to do for this is just any variation you like. I'm going to pick the normal press up for now. You're going to have a 2-second pause, but you can do this for as long as you want at the bottom of your press up, just to increase that time under tension, that time your chest and shoulders and triceps are working, and then come up nice and steadily. So same position again, same cues, exactly the same as all the other press up variations. We're going to come down, 1, 2, press up, down, 1, 2, and press up. So that's going to, as I said, increase time under tension. It means each rep is going to be a lot harder, and it's a great way to progressions that we've gone into today and add that in sort of between the progressions if they are too much of a big leap. Or for example, if you go from the first progression, knees and sofa, onto just knees on the floor, if you really start to struggle and can hardly get any reps, you could add that in on the previous progression until you get more confident. You could even elongate how long you're at the bottom of the press up to 3, 4, even 5 seconds, and then move on to the next variation and go back to normal repetitions. So that's it, the humble press up, a couple of different ways and a couple of different ways to spice it up. And as you can see, whether you're a beginner or even more advanced, you can start changing the press up to make it applicable to whatever strength level you are at. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for new videos every week. And I've been Vitality Coach Jonny. I'll see you in the next one.